KBA One Tech Traveler checking in with another video in the Last Shelter universe. There's going to be a quick update on the token shop. We've had a refresh showing group 2 of S2 heroes. In group 1 we had Executioner and Knight, so check out my video that I'll link next to this. We have 3 groups of 2 heroes, so they decided to reduce how many were offered per refresh, but we are guaranteed a refresh of those season heroes every 2 weeks. Now, I actually recorded a video of this update when the refresh first happened. However, I accidentally deleted the footage since they all kind of look alike, and I was pretty gutted, but I thought there was a lot of value and I didn't want to miss this update, especially since it's a really good one. So apologies for that, but in terms of the content and what you're going to see here, everything is as you would expect in the first video. So like always, make sure you check out my website at onetechtraveler.com to see more Last Shelter articles and guides, and where I'm posting these videos also with all of the Last Shelter related content. And if you haven't yet, make sure you join the Team KBA community to see more awesome videos like this one across tech, travel, and Last Shelter is in my gaming playlist. So let's get on with the update. My predictions or my assumptions coming into this was that Panther or Captain IVanov would be paired with either Viscount or Inquisitor. The likelihood of seeing Panther and IVanov together was, in my mind, pretty unlikely because they're kind of the shining heroes of Season 2. But lo and behold, I was proven wrong, and here we have the 2 Panther and IVanov paired together in the second grouping. So normally they have a 2-week cycle before they are refreshed, and we can see group 3 is going to be opening up in less than 15 hours. So that does confirm that Inquisitor and Viscount is going to be in that final pool, and I'll make sure to get that video out as soon as possible. And just a reminder, this refresh opened up roughly Doomsday Season 3 week 5, I believe. And now let's talk about the Panther and Captain IVanov, whether these heroes are right for you, and whether, depending on your hero tokens allowance, whether you should pick them up now. So you can kind of see here that both of them are grayed out because I actually picked up both of them, and you can see I have enough for one more season hero in the future, which is for me going to be Season 3. From my Doomsday Season 2 rewards, I ended up getting the Panther and Captain IVanov just singles, and surprisingly even just as single copies, and with my Major Honor to make that formidable combo. That actually worked well as a tiling combination. This is an APC where if you have all 3 of those heroes, then these guys are definitely worth the hero tokens. We'll have a quick look first at the Panther. He's primarily a front row hero. Since a lot of his skills aren't direct combat skill related, they kind of happen in the background, so his placement doesn't matter too much, but he is a support hero and he's going to provide that protection for other heroes, especially Honor or Captain IVanov, so having him in the front makes sense. Now, having a quick look at his skill set, even at 1 to 5, his first 2 action skills are already very good. Skill 2 is Uncaged. That's going to give a total passive skill damage increase by 80%, and the effect is reduced by 1/4 per round, so it's at its most effective in the beginning of battle, and then this increased buff reduces towards the end of battle. 80% is pretty good, and it also targets 3 random friendly squads, which means all of your heroes in the APC are going to benefit from this. And it is a prep skill, so it happens right at the beginning of battle, so pretty good. Now, Stampede is probably what makes Panther really good, very effective for Doomsday, taking tiles with minimal troop loss and also hitting high poison. So for the first 3 turns, 2 random friendly squads have a 70% chance to enter splashing state, which means anytime that the 2 friendly squads basic troop attack the enemy APCs, it is also going to deal 160% damage to 2 enemy squads behind the front row. And that 70% means it is very consistent, very reliable, and the amount of splash damage actually is really high, so that's why it's great at killing formation rows and territory guardians for high level tiles much quicker, meaning you're able to reduce the amount of turns and therefore reduce the amount of troop losses, so that's very good. And in this refresh, I had a single copy, so I picked up another one and I decided to awaken him, since he is a front row hero and you need that troop count to just keep the APC alive a little bit longer and provide protection to the back row heroes and mid. Then awakening also makes sense. It's going to give you plus 100 vehicle combat speed, so it's really going to heighten how often he's able to trigger and maybe even do it before the enemy is able to get an action off. So really good, and also that increases the destruction powers. His skill 8 finally complements that, not only from his splashing state to sort of affect all of the other enemies, but that counter attack in response to when your enemy launches an attack on you. So for the first 3 turns of the battles, the front row hero squad has that same 70% chance, so it's going to be very reliable and deals a very good 250% return damage to the source when basic attacked. It's a prep skill, so it happens at the beginning of battle. I also noticed that it says the front row vehicle squad, and that kind of also lends to the idea that you don't need Panther in the front. You can see he mostly has prep skills, and placing him in the mid or the back, a good alternative is actually having Captain IVanov at the front for doomsday tiling, because if they do make it beyond the first turn, his attacks are already insane. You get his skill 8 120mm cannon on top of that, and he's going to just slaughter. That's a little bit about the Panther. Now let's talk about Captain IVanov. So these two are a nice combination. Both of them together work very well, but Captain IVanov is especially more versatile as we go into future seasons, and he has that longer staying power and relevance just because he is such an incredible high damage dealer in the back row. There's some situations, like I mentioned with Panther, where you can actually place him a little bit further to the front or in the middle, mostly situational context, but when you are like sieging or attacking, most of the time you want those high damage dealers in the back for that protection. Now Captain IVanov, he's going to be your vehicle hero focused alternative to say Shooterman or Dungarian, but he's even more effective. So even if you don't have him, he is definitely a great one to develop over time, and being in earlier seasons means you might be able to get him in the token shops like earlier than say the later heroes. But he also mixes well with a lot of top tier APC combinations for vehicles into SX, so picking him up now and guaranteeing yourself a copy of him and just saving up for him when he's next in the token shops again is a wise investment, especially if you are sort of playing the long game. Captain IVanov is probably going to edge it for me and for you over the Panther if you just have enough for one of these heroes. So a quick look at him. The skill 2 is a passive skill, Apocalypse Herald, and after normal attack, a 40% chance to cause 2 attacks on an enemy squad within range, and each attack causing 348%. Each attack is an independent calculation, so roughly 40%. It's pretty good. It activates pretty well, and it has an effective range of 5, so wherever he is, even at the back, he can pretty much hit any row. Now when we look at skill 5, AP rounds, it's a slightly lower chance at 34%, but again I also find that it activates reliably enough, and also afflicts them with a cancel of silence, which means they cannot use any combat skills. So again, if you have enough tokens, I definitely recommend picking up Captain IVanov. Even if you don't have him, he's a great one to develop into the future. He's going to be a great top tier back row vehicle hero to slot into your APCs later on. And like I say, even in a developing APC where I had Panther, Anna and Captain IVanov going, they were still a great developing APC. Now since I already had a single of him, then I picked up the duplicates, and with back row heroes you definitely want to open up as many of their combat skills or actions as much as possible. So in that case, that is skill 8, and that's 120mm cannon, and this is just a straight up flat out increase of 80% damage for the squad the hero is in. So that is the Panther and Captain IVanov. Now since these refresh every 2 weeks, that means if you are maximizing your 60 hero tokens by getting the 3rd chest of 3 hourly challenges per day, it means that you're going to get 840 hero tokens organically. Now you can use that to sort of calculate whether you will have enough. Hero tokens are probably one of the more assured ways of how you can get these heroes. They might be a season later than the latest crop that you'll get from super tickets. If you can only afford to get one of these heroes, I would definitely say Captain IVanov. He just edges it. More of his staying power and versatility being with other APC combos, but having said that, the Panther is also really effective in Doomsday, Tiling, and in Eden. So while he might be replaced with future SX heroes, he definitely has a place in your lineup. So if you can pick up both of them, definitely pick up both of them. If you already have Major Honor or have any of these guys already, pick up their copies. They are really effective, and just give an idea, like I've been running those two with Major Honor. 3 of them just have skill 8 unlocked, with the exception of Panther, which is skill 6. So in essence, I just have 2 copies of each hero, and that with like gold phantom parts compared to like my max legendaries, they just outperform and can even hold like garrisons for the majority of average like players, besides those that have like max seasonal heroes. And I will say that the Panther, Anna, and Captain IVanov combo looks to be the best APC combination you can have in season 3, and I also see that it bests the 3 sisters. So if you are in an earlier season, try and pick up Panther or IVanov in those ticket pools and sort of build towards this APC combination. And if you have that, then that will serve you very well for the next couple of seasons and even in season 3. So they've definitely been the best for me so far. But yeah, that kind of summarizes this token shop. Like say we've got the new one coming out, which will be the final grouping of season 2, which will be Viscount and Inquisitor. So we'll talk about them then. Hope you found it useful. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below, and make sure you check out the rest of my Last Shelter videos in my gaming playlist, and I hope you found the information useful. So thanks a lot, Team KBA. Like always, make sure you check out onetechtraveler.com for all things Last Shelter and across travel and tech stories, and hope that you stick around and join the Team KBA community. So thanks a lot, world. I'll see you in the next one, but until then, keep being awesome. Peace.